Good morning, good morning. Are you ready? Good morning. Good morning. Y'all, please excuse me for coming on a few minutes late. I was having some technical difficulties. We got another batch of snow. And thankful for today. So I'm just going to give it 60 seconds and allow some folks to come in. As we get started here today, we're coming from the Little Book of Business Wisdom. As we read, and in between the Little Book of Business Wisdom, I've got 12 questions. 12. All right? So you have 12 opportunities to win something. All right? And my questions come from 2017. So they're not, if you've been paying attention to just the world, if you've been alive, okay, these are not hard questions to answer. All right? So here are the instructions. Instruction number 1. As we get started here. Instruction number 1. Do not answer the questions on the screen. Now we know there are going to be people that come in and they're probably going to do that because they're not on right now. But I won't give away whether or not they're right, okay? So for each question, if you know the answer, there's not a limit to how many times you can be right. If you know the answer, so many of you who have an extra phone and a tablet and all of that, you have an advantage. If you know the answer, you're going to email reachshante@gmail.com and you're going to email me the answer. All right? You're going to email me the answer. Whoever's email I get first, all right? Whoever email I get first that has the correct answer gets the gift. That's how this works. Please indicate what number you're answering. All right, so we have 12 questions today for our giveaways. I'm going to say question number 1 or question number 2. Indicate what question you're answering with your answer when you email it to reachshante@gmail.com. There's only been one time where 2 people emailed me at the exact same time and it went through at the exact same time. So I wound up giving both of them something. All right. So I am checking the timestamp on your answer and it must be correct. All right. And then once your answer is correct, I'll let you know if you won or if you need to try again or whatever. And then I'll give you instructions on what I need from you in order to give you your giveaway. All right. Everybody got it? Okay. So let's start with our reading for today. And as I said, interspersed in between our reading, we will do some trivia. Starting off, first trivia before we start reading. Trivia number 1. Somebody can put a number 1 on the screen. Trivia number 1. Trivia number 1. All right. And trivia number 1 is for a lovely set by LA Colors. It's got lip gloss, eyeshadow, and also foundation. I chose LA Colors because they're a product that I use and I'm just about allergic to everything. And I'm not allergic to LA Colors. So I would recommend them if you are a person that breaks out over just about anything that you use. LA Colors is pretty safe, which was surprising. All right. So this is for trivia number 1. Here we go. The question is, what 2 territories belong to the U.S.? What 2 territories belong to the U.S., the United States? Not states. What 2 territories belong to the United States? All right. That is question number 1. So let's go ahead and go to our reading for today. which I think is very good as we close out this Friday. We're going to be looking at the man in the mirror test, which is something I've been saying quite a bit now about people needing to look in the mirror. All right. Victor Kiam, K-I-A-M, made a name for himself by appearing in his own TV ads and declaring that he loved the Remington razor so much that he bought the company in 1978. After he graduated from Harvard Business School in 1951, he joined Lever Brothers as a management trainee. For 4 years, he found himself selling cosmetics to backcountry pharmacists who had a habit of mixing up cold medicines in their basement that had the kick of low-grade bourbon. Kiam jumped companies to Playtex in 1955 and rose to the position of executive vice president. But then in 1968, he attended a conference that included a panel discussion on entrepreneurship. Kiam was so enthralled with the speakers that he quit Playtex that same year to pursue his own interests, but not before looking at himself in the mirror and asking some hard questions. So, as a business person, he calls this the man in the mirror test. First of all, what does it take to be an entrepreneur? Do you have the go-getter's version of the right stuff? To find out, all you have to do is take the advice found in Michael Jackson's hit song, consult your man in the mirror and ask yourself these questions. Number 1, do I have confidence in myself? You have to believe you can move the Himalayas if that is what your ultimate success demands. In a corporation, you'll want the people working for or with you to follow your lead. You want your superiors to give you as much authority as you can handle, and they have to be able to respect your judgment. If you're running your own enterprise, you may want investors. Your clients will have to believe you will do your very best work for them, or that your products are of highest quality. They have to catch your enthusiasm. How can you pump them up if you don't believe in yourself? As an entrepreneur, you always want to stand out. How can you hold center stage if you don't think yourself worthy of any stage? All right. Number 2, do I have confidence in my venture? When you make an investment in an enterprise, what are you betting on? The idea or the people behind it? The answer is always both. Your time is one of your most valuable commodities. If you become involved in a venture, it must be worth your total commitment. If you start a venture plagued by doubts, you are going to run into the self-fulfilling prophecy. When the hard times hit, and believe me, even the most successful business person encounters turbulence on their flight to paradise, you're going to be hard-pressed to give your project the support it needs if you even doubt its chances for survival. Number 3, are you willing to make sacrifices? 9 to 5 has no real meaning for you. An entrepreneur is not a clock watcher. Business is a game. You will often need more than 8 hours to score the winning touchdown. Somebody say amen. I don't know any business person that hasn't pulled either some all-nighters or some 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours to get their job or get their project done. All right. So let's do some more trivia. We're not done though, but I want to do some trivia. All right. So I'm not going to repeat number 1 because I have too many trivia to get done. All right. Number 2, trivia number 2. If you miss number 1, you're going to have to catch the replay. Trivia number 2. Y'all ready? Hearts on the screen if you're ready. All right. Name 2 hurricanes that caused major devastation in the United States this year. Name 2 hurricanes that caused major devastation in the United States this year. All right. And let me show you what number 2's giveaway is. Number 2's giveaway is Logic Puzzles and the children's movie Joseph, King of Dreams. That's number 2's giveaway. Something for the adult, something for the child. All right. I'm moving on. Trivia number 3. Trivia number 3. Are we ready? This is, giveaway for trivia number 3 is a copy of The Vegucation of Robin, about real food saving your life. And along with that, recipe cards as you get your health and life together. Trivia number 3. Everybody ready? I hope so. And that is, name 3 recommendations for health that I gave this year on the broadcast. Name 3 recommendations for health that I gave this year on this broadcast. I gave a lot of them. All you have to do is name 3. Okay? Name 3 recommendations for health that I gave this year on these broadcasts. All right? Trivia number 4. Trivia number 4. Trivia number 4 is for a copy of The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. Everybody ready? Hearts on the screen. Trivia number 4. All right. I see some hearts. Trivia number 4 is, who is currently 5th in line to the British throne? Who is currently 5th in line to the British throne and will become 6th next year? Who is currently 5th in line to the British throne and will become 6th next year? That's trivia number 4. All right. Let's get back to our reading. So, man in the mirror. Reclaiming my prize. Woo! Yes, Lord. All right. Back to our man in the mirror. All right. We've had to ask ourselves, do I have confidence in myself? Do I have confidence in my venture? Am I willing to make the sacrifice? Number 4, he asks, am I a decision maker? If you're a person for whom it's hard for you to make decisions, it's going to be a problem to run a business. All right? Because you have to talk to your clients. You have to talk to suppliers. You have to talk to possibly other partners if you're joint venturing. You have to talk to vendors, all of those kinds of things. So the question is, am I a decision maker? You have to be. An entrepreneur wants to assume the ultimate responsibility for his or her project. The buck does not stop. Okay? The buck does not stop at other people. It stops at you. The buck not only stops at the true entrepreneur's desk, it also starts there also. You are often on your own. If you're running a business or a division, no one can make the really tough decisions for you. All right. Number 5, do I recognize opportunity? This is vital. Are you often beating yourself up because you keep passing over opportunities or you miss yet another chance of a lifetime? You can't allow too many of those to slip by. Get used to looking over all the nuances of every proposition. Approach each idea thinking, how can I make this work for me? How can I make this work for me? How can I make this work for my clients? How can I make this work for me? How can I make this work for my clients? 2 questions. Number 6, can I keep my cool? It's a lot of angry business people, in case you all haven't noticed. It's a lot of angry business people. It's a lot of bitter business people out here. And let me tell you something. That does nothing for the morale of the people you work with. And it also does nothing for the morale of people that you're trying to persuade to buy your product. All right. So if you are negative Nancy or negative Ned, that's going to be a problem in your business in the long run. Trust me, it is. Number one, because people are not going to want to do business with you. And negativity does not draw positivity. It repels it. All right. So it will work against you in both areas. So if you're a person who has been criticizing every single thing, or criticizing other business owners, or criticizing your customers and putting out, stuff on social media, berating people for not buying your products and all of that kind of stuff, leave it in 2017. Can I keep my cool? Do you feel a bit of tightness in your throat when pressure is applied to you? Do the butterflies flag up whenever crunch time comes? That's okay, because those are typical human responses. But do others around you pick up your nervousness, your frustration, your anger? If they do, you could be in trouble. The entrepreneur is a general. If his troops are about to enter the valley of death, his mere presence must say, "Our strategy is sound. The army is ready. We will fight our way through this dangerous terrain without serious casualties." Your army will be able to take a cool, reasoned approach to any obstacle. Such a stance represents the first step towards winning. On the other hand, if your troops sense you are as bewildered as they are, that the hand mapping the strategy is an unsteady one, you are in big trouble. While you might delude yourself that you're still the leader of the men, you will rapidly discover there are no men left to lead. And most people, if you're a student of the Bible, have read about the story of David, right? When David goes off to fight Ziklag, and then he comes back and finds his wife has been taken, families have been taken, things in the camp has been taken, things have been burned down. And did David cry? Of course he cried. Of course he mourned. But he didn't stay there, right? All of his men who had gone with him to fight somewhere else and came home, and their homes and lives were devastated, right? They all wanted to deal with David in their own ungodly way. But David did not stay in the place of despair, right? He encouraged himself in the Lord. Then he sought God for what was the next step. God, do I let this go? Or do I pursue all? And God gave him the instructions to pursue. So he had to encourage himself when he could find no one to give him courage. All right. And then he had to lead a group of men to go and, as Prophet Jonathan said, reclaim their prizes. Okay. So again, can you keep your cool when an adverse situation hits you? Or are you going to let that adverse situation just completely throw you off? All right. We have 2 more to read after this, but let me do some more trivia. All right. Trivia number 5. Trivia number 5. This is for, I should have put these in order. This is for a lovely, colorful journal. For those of you who like to write in gel and marker and all those other things, it's for a lovely, colorful journal and the book, The 360-Degree Leader by John Maxwell. Excellent book. Whether you're in business or in ministry, it's an excellent book, and it talks about developing your influence from anywhere in your organization. From anywhere in your organization. So it's teaching you about leading no matter what position you hold in a business. All right. So this is trivia number 5. I see we're ready because I see hearts on the screen. All right. Trivia number 5. How many words can you pull out of America? So let me help y'all. You cannot use more letters than are identified in the word itself, and no personal names. All right. So this one is a little more challenging. You have to write out the words that you pulled out of America. All right, so I'll give you an example. Inside of America is Eric, but I can't use Eric because it's a name. All right, so how many words can you pull out of America? You cannot use more words than are identified in the word itself. So if you come up with a word that has 3 A's in it, that's not going to count, okay? Because there's only 2 A's in America. All right, so those of you who are word nerds can get to work on that one. Trivia number 6. Trivia number 6. Trivia number 6, excuse me, is for this journal. And the journal says, when God thinks of you, he smiles. Trivia number 6. Let's see who's ready. All right. Trivia number 6 is name 2 well-known people who died this year. Lots of people died, people. All right. All you have to do for Trivia 6 is name 2 well-known people who died this year. Got it? 2 well-known people who died this year, not 2016. All right. 2 well-known people. 2 well-known people. 2 well-known people to the world who died this year. All right. And condolences to those of you all who lost family this year. I know there were a lot of people I know personally that lost loved ones. Condolences to you and your family. All right. Trivia 7. Trivia 7. All right. Trivia 7, a copy of Saints and Scoundrels of the Bible. For those of you all who love to hate the Word of God, this will be a perfect gift for you. Saints and Scoundrels of the Bible. There are plenty of them, okay? I think you will enjoy this. All right. Trivia, this is for Trivia 7. Trivia 7 is, what constitutional amendment does everyone want to enact when it comes to our current president? What constitutional amendment does everyone want to enact when it comes to our current president? All right. That's another easy one because people have been talking about it all year long. All right. One more time. Trivia 7. What amendment does everyone want to enact when it comes to our current president? Okay. All right. Trivia 8. As you can see, I'm trying to roll through these. Trivia 8. This is for the fashionista. This is for the young lady who likes to do her own beauty treatments. All right. Trivia number 8. What hashtag is connected to exposing sexual abuse, sexual violence, and harassment and misconduct this year? Trivia 8. What hashtag is connected to exposing sexual abuse, sexual violence, sexual harassment, and sexual misconduct this year? Everybody got it? That's trivia number 8. I see I lost some people, so that means people are going to respond. Number 8. Again, what hashtag is connected to exposing sexual abuse, sexual violence, sexual harassment, and sexual misconduct this year? All right, let's get back to our reading after we finish this up, and then we've got 4 more giveaways and we'll be done for today. All right, point number 7. Point number 7. Do I have high levels of energy and stamina? Entrepreneurs shouldn't have any shortage of energy. We're much too involved. We feed off of life's opportunities. If you find yourself looking forward to your afternoon nap or constantly thinking about the nice warm tub waiting for you at the end of the day, don't even think about getting into the entrepreneurial life. While you're napping or unwinding in the bath, some competitor is out on the prowl and picking up points at your expense. Remember, you can't always outthink, outplan, or outspend a rival, but you can outwork anybody. Outrageous promotion. To ensure that his would-be customers remembered his pitch, Khayyam rented a monkey to bring along on his sales calls. Number 8, am I willing to lead by example? You can't ask your troops to walk on water for you if you choose to ride a boat over the same route. You want your team to put in 14-hour work days when it is needed. Make sure you are willing to do the same. I've never asked an employee to do something I wasn't willing to do. I feel a responsibility to work harder than the people who work for me. While we're on the subject, never ever ask an employee to act as your gopher. When I am on the road with one of my salesmen and he tries to take my bag, he has a real fight on his hands. I won't give it to him. I want him to know we are partners and that we are in this thing together. You want to motivate the people around you. Leading by example is one of the best methods. So, question reviews. Man in the mirror test for those of you who are entrepreneurs and those of you who want to be entrepreneurs. 1, do I have confidence in myself? 2, do I have confidence in my venture? 3, am I willing to make sacrifices? 4, am I a decision maker? 5, do I recognize opportunity? 6, can I keep my cool? 7, do I have high levels of energy? And 8, am I willing to lead by example? Most of us can point to plenty of business leaders and business owners that we admire because we have seen these qualities in them. We have seen them acted out. All right. So that concludes our little book of business wisdom. And I'm going to finish up my giveaways. All right. My next giveaway comes from a Black-owned business called Cards for All People. Cards for All People. And these are the nerd cards. They've got all kind of cards. They have the black card, the nerd card. They have cards based on like different decades and stuff like that. I think they have a millennials card edition. But these are from cardsforallpeople.com. And it says, so you think you're a nerd? You will love this must-have game for people who love nerds and nerd culture. If you can't answer these questions, you might just need your nerd card revoked. Now, I did check out these cards. A lot of them have to do with science fiction, anime, movies, and that kind of thing. So, if you're a person who loves science fiction, you love anime, you love Marvel and DC Comics, etc., you will enjoy this game. All right? So, trivia number 9. Trivia number 9. Name 2 books we have read from this year. That's it. Name 2 books we have read from this year. Not 2016, 2017. And a lot of the books we read this year were a carryover from last year. All right? So name 2 books we read from this year. Trivia number 10. Trivia number 10. And this is, for trivia number 10, you get Billy Blank's Tae Bo Boot Camp, for those of you trying to work it out and get in shape. All right? And you get a lean shake from GNC to go with your workout. Trivia number 10. Here we go. Name 3 events connected to race, politics, and sports. Name 3 events that connected race, politics, and sports. And listen, I started listing events just to see if I could list them. I've got at least 10 here, all right, that happened this year that linked race, politics, and sports. That's trivia number 10. Name 3 events that connected race, politics, and sports. 3 events. 3 events. All right? So if you add a person in there, you have to tell me what was the event surrounding the person. Okay? All right. Trivia 11. Trivia 11. Gee, that. Sorry. Okay. Trivia 11 is again for my beauty and health people. You have some tea tree, scalp and healthy shampoo. You have one of my favorites that I use for just about everything, which is vitamin E oil. You have some Moroccan oil. And you have one of my favorite soaps from Shea Moisture, African Black Soap. All right. So this is for Trivia 11. Trivia 11. Here's the instruction. Name 3 of the new black mayors from this year's elections. Name 3 of the new black mayors from this year's elections. All right? Everybody got it? That was Trivia 11. Name 3 of the new black mayors from this year's U.S. elections. All right? And lastly, Okay. Lastly, a copy of the Urban Dictionary. Everybody's heard of the Urban Dictionary, at least I hope you have. It's a dictionary helping you to explain lots of present-day slang terms. And some of the things that we say that I don't think we know the meaning behind the slang for it, we might need this dictionary, okay? So, Urban Dictionary goes for our last trivia. Our last trivia. And it is this. What was the controversial song, what was the title of the controversial song released this year by Jay-Z? What was the title of the controversial song released this year by Jay-Z? And the hint, because I know he released a couple of them, the hint for this is it angered the Jewish community. All right? Very ironic, though. What was the controversial song this year released by Jay-Z that angered the Jewish community? All right? So, that is all 12 trivia. If you missed any of the trivia, please go back and catch the replay. I want to say bravo to those of you who have been with us for all 75 episodes. We do have a few more episodes before we close out the year. I believe we're going to go to December 30th. So we have a few more episodes, but every quarter we try to do a giveaway. So our next quarter will be in the new year. Our next giveaway will be in the new year when we hit episode 100. And then we'll take a break, and then season 3 will start. All right. So I want to thank you for your time and attention today. I hope that as a business person, a business owner, someone who wants to get into business, that you will look into the man in the mirror questions and be honest with yourself. All right. This has been another Daring This has been another Daring Dialogues, and I am your host, Shantae Charles. I hope that you all will have a great and wonderful Friday, a great and wonderful weekend, and that you will have these questions answered and in my email waiting for me today. All right. Thank you again so much for your time and attention. Take care, and God bless. And yes, I know it's 34 minutes, shortest broadcast, right? Thank you again for your time and attention. Take care and God bless.